Hi, Ken here again for the PlayStation crowd, and this time with a review of a new game by EastAsiaSoft and Sidequest Studios. Now it's an old-school isometric RPG called
Rainbow Moon.
Let's have a quick look at the gameplay. Now, as with a lot of old-school RPGs, you come in, you're at level 1, you're thrown into an area, you don't really know what you're doing, and you've got next to nothing on you. I mean, just to flick through the menu quickly, I've got a sword, I've got a couple of bits of armour, and nothing else. There's even some areas that are blanked off because I can't use them yet. And just show you here, you start with nothing. So everything you get is procured during battle and lying around on the ground. Here we see our money bag. There's just one coin in there. You can also get things like food items in the bags and also materials to help you upgrade your weapons and armour. Now, food is actually very important in this game. The simple reason your character can starve, and during starvation they actually lower their damage output, which obviously links us into combat. Now, I have a couple of issues with the combat, specifically the way that you actually move around the area, like the combat field. You may see it there, the small blue shape that appears showing everywhere that you can walk to. If you get into the swing of things and you think you know what you're doing, you may have a tendency to push the wrong direction, and as a result your character then moves further away, and because combat can be quite tactical, it can screw you over. Well, let's have a look at some combat from later on in the game. Now here you'll see I've actually got a second character with me, and she's called Trisha, and she's an archer. And so unlike the main character, whose original name is Baldrin, but I've named him Jinkan because egocentric, Trisha has to be at least 1 or 2 squares away before she can do any damage to the opponent. So if they're right next to her, she can't hit them at all. Now here's one of her special attacks. Now the way that attack works is there's a white crosshair that appears on the floor, and that white crosshair can appear or can go anywhere within that blue triangular shape, and then anything 2 squares away from that crosshair is what gets damaged. Now there you see a random encounter. Now unlike Final Fantasy where it throws you in straight away, this gives you the option. If you don't want to do the fight, you don't have to. With certain creatures you can actually avoid the combat altogether. We're going to do that here, just sneak into this doorway. We'll let the monster walk past, and run away. And it's a very long game. They do say around 100 hours. Now for a PSN title, that's fantastic, and for you trophy hunters out there, this does actually have a platinum as well, so it will keep you busy. And this combat has a speed bonus, which means that my characters get more moves before the enemy character, which in this case is a poison imp. It's a fairly low level character. One of the main things that it can do though is it can poison your team, and poison doesn't disappear at the end of combat, so wandering around the arena you will start getting damaged. As you can see, once you've leveled up as well, you can move around the arena a bit more. Now, combat does get a little bit stale. I mean, you've probably seen that from this video already. I'm using the same attacks over and over again. Later on you will unlock new attacks and new specials that will do a lot more damage for you. So to conclude with this game, it's not for you if you're an instant gratification kind of gamer. If you're willing to put the time in, it's a great game. And it's one of those ones that will keep you busy with just one more fight sort of mentality. Once you get a few more moves unlocked, once you start seeing a few different enemies and you have to learn how to beat them tactically, it does get more gripping and more engrossing. And there is more people that you can unlock, or more characters that you can take into battle with you. It's a thoroughly enjoyable title for the price. I would highly recommend it if you're into your old school RPGs. As long as you don't mind the grinding at least. Rainbow Moon, I will give that a 4 out of 5. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.